Hi, this is Takashi no from Jazz Lab Japan. Today I just want to talk about the greatness of VIJJ series of Victor Music Japan. Yes, as the title goes. I already talked about that series VIJJ, but recently I got a bunch of them. So I just look at them, of course, and check them visually and also in audio, sound quality, everything. And I just rediscovered the greatness of those titles in the VIJJ series. Really, really good. I will show you some. I think many, not some. What about this one? Joe Alexander, Blue Jubilee. I recently got the same title with VIJJ Japan, VIJJ Jazz Classics series. They also did the same, reissued the same title. But as you know, the VIJJ Japan, the title, the copy was cut and pressed in the US by the Fantasy US, but not this one. And this one was cut and pressed here in Japan by the Toyo Kase. But it's a kind of funny thing that these VIJJ series titles were released here in Japan in the early 90s, around 1993, around that time. Many titles. And as you know, and as I have already talked about, the VIJJ Jazz Classics series, almost at the same time, they did the same thing at the same time. And I don't know, maybe the Victor Music Japan was not happy because, they were competitors. But they did that, almost at the same time, they released the same titles, some of them, really. I don't know how it was, but it's kind of funny story. Anyway, this is Joe Alexander Blue Jubilee. And what about this one? Homecoming, Elmo Hope. Yes, sextet and the trio, I think. Yes, sextet and trio. Great session. Really, really good, And what about this one? Blue Mitchell, Blues Moods. Yeah, one of the popular titles of the Blue Mitchell. Yeah, I love this album too. Yes. And this one is very, very rare. Julian Priester, Keep Swinging. Yeah. Although it doesn't have the OBI, this title in a reissue, I think is very rare. And this is the only available, a reissue of this title here in Japan. Very rare title on Riverside. And this one too, Sonny Red Breezin. I think Breezin, right? Title? Yeah. Breezin, right? Yeah. This one is also very rare, rare title in the reissue. I think this is the only available, reissue of this title here in Japan as well. And this one as well, very rare. Lem Speed, Lem Winchester. I love this album anyway. Lem Winchester with Oliver Nelson. Yeah. Group. Very good. Great session, And this one is also very rare, This is a kind of, compilation album for the, as you can see, the New Jazz, label. Something like, New Jazz All-Star compilation album. Coolin. Yeah. Idrees, Sulieman, John Jenkins, Mal Waldron, Teddy Charles, yeah. A very great session. Really, really good, But it's rare. Yeah. And this is the only available reissue of this title here in Japan as well. Very rare title. And this one as well, is very rare. Spellbound, Clifford Jordan. Yeah. I love this jacket anyway. And Riverside. And what about this one? Sam Jones, The Soul Society. Great title. This one, SMJ series also is there, but this one is also great. VIJJ. And this one is also rare, Johnny Griffin, Change of Pace. I think this is the only available reissue of this title here in Japan as well. So as you can see, Victor Music Japan, reissued many titles on the Riverside mainly, and the Prestige as well, and Jazzland, some of the Jazzland, New Jazz, those labels with the VIJJ serial. And what I found out this time and rediscovered greatness of this series this time is that the sound quality of these titles in this series is very good, because I just got the same title like this one, Blue Jubilee, right? Joe Alexander by the VIJJ Japan, current pressed in the US by the Fantasy US. So I just compared the sound quality of both two reissues, VIJJ Jazz Classics series and this VIJJ series by the Victor Music Japan. And in terms of the sound quality, I think there is no difference. I believe, and I think they use the same master tape, because master tape, of course, is owned by the Fantasy US, right? So the master tape that Victor Music Japan used for the VIJJ series is also good, And as you know, the Toyokase's cutting, is amazing. Their cutting, I think, I should say, is very aggressive and dynamic. They cut it to the max. So that's what they usually do. Same as the Toshiba EMI Blue Note reissue series in the early 90s, right? So their cutting is also very good, really good. So overall, the sound quality of VIJJ is amazingly superb. That's one thing. And there is another one, although this is not the sound quality or whatever, the sleeve and the pressing quality is also good. I think, in terms of the pressing quality, Victor Music Japan VIJJ is far much better than the Fantasy US cutting and the pressing. Pressing, really good. And the sleeve quality, for instance, this is the Joe Alexander Blue Jubilee, right? And I have the VIJJ Jazz Classics series, the same title, the VIJJ Jazz Classics series, and the sleeve quality, you cannot compare them. This VIJJ beats completely 100%. They use the high quality thick paper with VIJJ here, and somehow, not all titles, but with this Joe Alexander Blue Jubilee, the finishing is not shining. It's like matte finishing. I don't know what you call it technically, but it's not shining. Both sides. It's like a matte finishing, which I think is really gorgeous. I love this finishing. And the other titles are not like matte finishing like this one, Blue Jubilee, but still they use the high quality thick paper, and the finishing is very good, very gorgeous. And obi, the samples that I showed you, not all of them have obi, but like Blue Jubilee here, it has obi. This gold obi is very gorgeous, very classic and gorgeous. I love it, and many people love it, even here in Japan too. So those two things I just wanted to share with you, that I rediscovered the greatness of this series VIJJ with. So I think VIJJ series is very good. Very good in many ways, that's it. So since this VIJJ series was released in the early 90s, not in the 70s or the 80s. Maybe on the market, you can find them, still with a, with different titles. So whenever you find them on the market, I think it's better for you to dig them, really. Yeah. It's such a great reissue series in many ways that I told you. Yeah. That's it for today. I hope you like it. And lastly, I always keep saying, you just continue staying safe, healthy, and be connected with the music we love. Of course, jazz. Thank you for watching today, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.